Shocker from Kerala. A man was arrested on murder charges after he brutally kicked and assaulted a 6-year-old. What was the child's crime? He was leaning on the car of the man. The incident is being reported from Kannur's Thalassery bus stand. The accused has been arrested and relevant charges have been slapped on him. The government took note of this horror, calling it cruel, assuring full support to the child and his family.
We are looking into it. ADGP Law and Order is personally supervising it. We are looking into it.
I mean, what is your initial findings, sir? I mean, we were told that...
I will let you know. The ADGP Law and Order is looking into it. I have not got the feedback from him. I'll let you know. We'll let you know.
Shibi Mol is getting asked more details on that story. Shibi, this is a horrific video that has been doing the rounds ever since it got viral. What happened there? Why did the man have to kick just a 6-year-old child in this way, abuse him in this fashion?
Well, Sneha, from what we are hearing from sources, the man, he had parked his car there and he had moved on to a textile shop, and that's when the 6-year boy who hails from a Rajasthan family who migrated to Kerala for work. So he comes from a family that migrated to Kerala, and in fact he was very curious, and that's why the boy went and started leaning on the car. And when this man came back, the accused here, Shihshad, when he came back, he saw this boy leaning on the car and he kicked him. As we saw in the CCTV visuals, very cruelly he kicked him, and the man has been saying that he did that because in his car there were small children and he thought like this boy will harm them, which has come as a very shocking statement for everybody who heard it. In fact, there has been the locals have accused the police also for delaying the justice, because he was called to police station yesterday night when this incident took place, but no FIR or no case was registered. In fact, he was asked to leave and come back tomorrow morning. That's today morning. So case was not registered. That's what it's been a the locals have been saying that it was a mistake from the police side, that they did not take the case seriously, despite locals intervening in the issue and informing the police that this took place. It was after media reported
Be with
about,
us. I'm just going to come back to you, Shibi, for more on that. Rahul Ishwar, well-known activist also from Kerala, is now joining us. Rahul Ishwar, what's your take on what has happened? This man is kicking a 6-year-old child for simply leaning on his car. What's going on? What's wrong with us?
This is horrifying. I believe from the available reports, like you have pointed out, if the police had acted earlier, if the police had taken it more seriously, this could have been avoided. These kind of situations, we hope the law enforcement agencies to take a more proactive thing. And there have been some similar kinds of incidents of a different nature that too happening. So I hope police and law enforcement agencies being more responsible should be taken. This is a era of fast-paced communication. So from all the available reports on ground, the locals have alerted the police, and they should have taken it more seriously so that they could have saved that person.
This is so upsetting. What sort of action should be taken against this man? He's now been arrested, thankfully.
I mean, very strong, stringent action, because whenever a child is hurt or harmed, it hurts the sensibilities of everyone. Since a fresh blood into the world. So I hope they will take very serious action, and it will be exemplary, and hope police will be more proactive in this kind of situation. That's the reason why we respect police, or there needs to be policing. So it was unfortunate that there was not a proactive action. I hope civil society, media will put pressure and create a thought process where police will be more proactive rather than reactive.
Rajasthani, I'm thanking you for the moment for joining us with your views on that horrific story that we're tracking. Those visuals, viewers, on your screen right now, where a child, barely 6 years of age, is simply leaning on a car. The man comes out of the car, kicks him, and then gets back to the car. The man on your screens is the man who has assaulted the child. He's now been arrested. Exemplary action is what all of us are seeking, really, against this brute who hurt a 6-year-old for no reason at all. No reason, Shibi, whatsoever. This child was brutally assaulted by this man. What is the police saying? I believe they've charged him with attempt to murder. What is it? What are the sections under which that he's been charged?
Well, the police has been saying that he was taken to police station right after the incident took place. The police, there was no fault from the police side is what they have been arguing. Now, we heard DGP Anil Khan saying that the matter is being looked into seriously. Now, he has been slapped under Section 308, which is attempt to murder, and Section 323, which is voluntarily causing hurt. Now, Section 308 is a non-bailable offence. So, he's been arrested. Police has been, he's under police custody now. Kerala's Women and Child Development Department Minister Veena George has said that strict action will be taken. The government is on the child side here is what the ministers have responded. Now, Union Minister V. Muralidharan tweeted, and in fact, some time back we spoke to him also. He was saying that this is also in Kerala, the ministers recently were abusing, insulting people coming from other states, especially North Indian states, and that has provoked and that has influenced these people of Kerala, that a child belonging to a Rajasthan family who have come to Kerala for work has been insulted, has been abused, has been assaulted. So this is not fair. This is something that the government needs to take care of. The government needs to look into seriously, is what the BJP is also alleging.
Yes, absolutely. Shivi, nothing justifies this. Brinda Adike is also with us. Brinda Adike, your thoughts when he put out this video of a man just kicking a 6-year-old child for leaning on his car. What's going on?
I think immediately a case of assault must be registered on that man. It could be any child from Kerala or child from anywhere else. This is a child, and it is the responsibility of us adults not to show this kind of hatred and intolerance just because the child is from another state. Who does he think he is? He is just the owner of the car. He doesn't own the state. And if somebody was leaning on that car, he has to just say, please don't lean, that is all. And if no action is taken on this man, then similar crimes on children will continue. So it is important that a very strong message is sent. An FIR, a suo motu FIR is filed. A case must also be registered with sections from the Juvenile Justice Act so that this man is duly punished. And I hope the government will not turn a blind eye to something like this.
You know,
the police must also support the
Yes.
child and not that man.
You know, Brinda Adike, thankfully this video has surfaced and we know what goes on really, but there are incidents of this numerous in nature where children, voiceless completely, are assaulted in this fashion, isn't it?
You're absolutely right. This has come to the light, but there are many such cases where there is violence that is meted out to children because children cannot retaliate. And these people, if he's got a car, then probably he's a rich fellow and he thinks he can get away. So this is a message that the police must give, that you will not be able to get away when you harm children, when you physically assault children, and all for leaning on a car, which he has probably got it with installment. What does he think of himself? Police must register suo motu if nobody is coming forward to register a case.
Okay, case has been registered, and I'm thanking you, Brinda Adike, for getting us your views on that. I'm also being joined by activist Nilanjana Chakravarti on this horrific case. Nilanjana, that we're talking about right now on our screens, of a child, a 6-year-old, being kicked by a man who now stands arrested. This video has now gone viral for no fault of his. Simply for leaning on a car, this child is kicked by this man.
Actually, you know what, nowadays the problem is that, a certain section of the society, I'm so sorry to say this, they just think that, with all the kind of asset status and their social, economic standing, they can, get away with anything with impunity. So the problem is also, in spite of having all the laws in place, it's all on paper. People can be bought over. I'm so sorry to say this, but, people can be bought over. Police, administration, there are exceptions, yes, of course, but the fact is that, how dare he do this? How dare? He was a child, and especially when you are holding your car and you are holding the wheels, you are responsible. You have to look front and back both. You have to see where you're going, what is there, aaspas aapke kya hai, you have to see that.
Why kick a
You just
child?
can't
Why
think-
kick anyone to begin with? Why hurt anyone to begin with? And this is a child.
Absolutely,
6-year-old.
and this is a child. More than child, it's absolutely beyond comprehension. Forget about child. Child is absolutely on top of the pyramid. But the thing is, there are other issues also. Where is the civic sense? Where is the decency? Where is the moral code? Where are we heading? I mean, does money buy everything? I think it's high time arrests have to be made. You know, there have been ample cases of drunken driving and, you know, where people have fought on the road, taken out weapons. And, you know, in this whole issue, this whole thing, children have come under fire. You know, and some children have been killed, old people, senior citizens. So this is not done. You know, there are ample cases where people, you know, kids of rich parents, you know, learning how to drive have, you know, kind of trampled a senior citizen going on a morning walk. So these are incidents which are increasing by the day. Why? Because it is not being taken seriously.
All right.
And
Yes,
Yeah,
Nilanjan,
yeah.
I'm sorry I'm going to have to interrupt you. I'm thanking you though for joining us.